Shalom, shalom,
Ah,
shalom
il y
à
a des
tout le
mots.
monde. No, because people are waiting. Shalom, shalom, Ravanit Odette Clémence. Shalom, shalom to everybody on Facebook and on YouTube. Bonjour à tout le monde. On va commencer notre limoud du Yom Hamishi. We're going to start our limoud of the 5th day of the week. We study generally Yalkut Shimoni. On étudie Yalkut Shimoni. Attendez, je partage mon écran. J'ai déjà envoyé le texte pour ceux qui sont dans le groupe. I've already sent the text for people who are on the group. Let's see what is it about. Regardons de quoi il s'agit. Donc vous voyez, on est dans la parasha Mishpatim, la 6e parasha du livre de Shmot, d'Exode. It's the sixth parasha of the Sefer Shmot. So Mishpatim is basically what we commonly say the civil laws. C'est en fait dans cette paracha-là où on voit la première énonciation des lois civiles. Le but, c'est quoi? C'est d'être en mesure de définir un contour global sur le fait de comment réussir à vivre ensemble, alors qu'il y a des différences, il y a 12 tribus, il y a 12 manières de voir cette Torah. Donc, il faut des règles communes qui permettent de créer ce qu'on appelle la paix sociale. So basically, what's happened with Mishpatim and the first civil laws, the purpose is to know once we went out and now we are no more a simple family, we became people. It's not about clan. We went down like a family with 70 souls. Now we have tribes, 12 tribes, and even we have all the common ancestors, but we are 12 tribes. So we have to have civil laws in order to know how to keep social peace among us. Even if we have different way to understand that Torah, let's say 12 eyes to live it. So let's see one of the halacha. Let's see one of the halacha to understand what is to be in social peace. On voit une des lois qui est enseignée dans Mishpatim, qui va définir très bien c'est quoi ce qu'on peut appeler une paix sociale. So it's in Taf Nun Aleph, Yakut Shimoni. It's the Midrash 329. On est dans le Midrash 329. Donc il dit comme ça. C'est like that. Ve gonev ish ve macho. Donc on va étudier la loi de celui qui vole un homme. Pas qu'il lui vole de l'argent, non, il vole l'homme. Il le kidnappe en fait. Gonev ish ve macho. So we talk about someone who steals someone. Not steal his money, no. Steal the man. It's like kidnapping. Il le kidnappe, en mocho, et il le vend. Il le vend quoi? En esclavage. Il sell it in slavery. Il dit, Neymar, les fiches où Omer, qui yimtsa ish gonev nefesh me achiv, en li elaa edim al gneva edim, al mechirat minyan tamud lomar, ve gonev ish ou macho. Donc il dit, la situation est comme ça. Here is the situation. You come, shalom, you kidnap someone. You kidnap basically a soul. En fait, kidnapper quelqu'un, c'est kidnapper une âme. And who does it? Qui le fait? Achiv, his own brothers. So he said, I have witnesses, but witnesses only on the fact that they saw the kidnapping. J'ai des témoins, mais ces témoins-là, ils ne sont témoins que sur le fait que c'est un kidnapping. Et j'ai aussi des edim, and I have also witnesses about the deal, the sold out. On a aussi des témoins par rapport à la vente en tant qu'esclave. This is on that point that the Talmud is talking when he say Gonef Ish. Donc quand le Talmud nous parle du kidnapping de quelqu'un, when the Talmud talk about kidnapping someone, it's actually two topics. Donc quand le Talmud il parle de kidnapper, c'est deux sujets. Two topics. The first one is the kidnapping itself. And second one is the sale. Le deuxième, c'est la vente. Il dit comme ça, il said, Vegonev ish, enli ela ish, שגנב את האיש, גנב את האישה ואת הקטן, מעניין תלמוד לומר כי ימצא איש וגונב, וגומר. להביא את שגנב את אישה ואת הקטן. So he said, when we talk about the fact that kidnapping happened, and that the expression used is the one to kidnap a man, quand on parle de ce kidnapping-là et que l'expression utilisée c'est celui qui kidnappe un homme, he said, don't think that we're only talking about the man. Included are also the woman and also the child. Il fait, quand on parle de ce kidnapping-là, ne pensez pas que parce que l'expression utilisée est par rapport
Shalom,
à l'homme.
shalom, Pinias.
Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Yochanan. Shalom, shalom. J'ai vu le message, je réponds après Bineder. Mechila. Shalom, shalom, Rabbi Larita Jefferson. Donc il dit comme ça, il dit, même si dans la Torah, il est explicitement dit celui qui kidnappe un homme et le vend, le mot homme ici, c'est avec un grand H. The word man here, it's with a big M. Included women and kids. Donc la loi de kidnapping, elle concerne pas seulement l'homme, mais aussi la femme et l'enfant. Après, il dit comme ça. Shalom, shalom, Amalis. On go back in the text. Je ne suis pas dans le texte. Bote, papa Kokonza. Bote. Après, il dit comme ça. Il dit Aïcha, Kata, Taboulomar. On est ici. Aïcha שגנבה את חברתה ואת הקטן מעניין תלמוד, הוא מת הגנב והוא משמע, וגונב איש אף הקטן במשמע, תלמוד לומר, כי ימצא איש גונב נפש להוציא את הקטן. גונב נפש שומע אני, אף בן 8 שבמשמע תלמוד לומר וגונב איש מגיד שאינו חייב עד שיגנוב בן קיימה. Donc il said, here he's talking about the different situation of kidnapping. Il parle des différentes situations de kidnapping. He said, you can have a man kidnapping another man. Tu peux avoir un homme qui kidnappe un autre homme. You can have a man kidnapping a woman kidnapping a kid, a woman kidnapping a man, a woman kidnapping a kid, and so on. Il y a différentes configurations entre qui est le kidnappé et qui est le kidnappeur. We have different situations about who is kidnapped and who is making that kidnapping. So every single situation should be seen from a specific eyes. Chaque situation doit être vue avec un œil spécifique. Also, sometimes it's happened that a woman kidnapped a child and she died. What's happened now? Why we talk about that, we're going to see. Pour on parle de ça, on va voir dans quelques minutes. Après, il dit, Umacho belo macha chetiv. And he said after, he sell the man. Il le vend. But he don't sell half of the man. Il ne vend pas la moitié de l'homme. Il vend entier. Il le vend entier. Il sell it. Il sell the man. 100%. Il le vend 100%. Benimsa. En metia ela ba edim. Et dit à ce moment-là, qu'est-ce qui va confirmer la vente? What will confirm the sale? Is the edim, the witnesses. C'est les témoins. Pourquoi? They have to confirm, no, this man has been sold. It's not about, because if there are no witnesses, maybe he just sold some hairs or some hands. Peut-être qu'il a vendu que des cheveux ou des mains. Ça peut vous faire rire. It can be funny. But let me give you an example of concrete life. You will understand why it's important to go so deep. Ça peut paraître un peu drôle, mais on va prendre un exemple. Vous allez comprendre ce qui se passe, pourquoi c'est si profond. Par exemple, today we have in the sports world, professional sports world, dans le monde du sport professionnel, you have that aspect called sponsorship, sponsoring. That aspect s'appelle le sponsoring. Okay. Sometimes you have contract between the teams and the players. Des fois, tu as des contrats entre les clubs et les joueurs. And the contract, basically, it's a contract of possession. Le contrat, c'est un contrat de possession. What does it mean? The team said, let's say, Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo, Mr. Messi, Mr. Mbappé, you belong to me. Tu m'appartiens. Why? Because your parents comes to me before 10 years, they put you in my school, and I made you very professional, and we signed a contract. You belong to me for 5 years. Donc il dit, regarde, tu m'appartiens. Pourquoi? Parce que ton père t'a mis en centre de formation, il t'a amené dans mon école, je t'ai fait grandir, tu es devenu un bon joueur, et on a signé un contrat. Ce contrat-là fait que tu m'appartiens. What is the best proof that you belong to me? The day you will want to change your team, le jour où tu voudras changer ton équipe, this new team will have to buy the contract. Cette équipe-là devra racheter le contrat. What does it mean? It will have to pay according to your level, according to what I accept, I wait for that contract, and we can define an amount. And after if they paid, you will be sold. You will be sold. You are like good. What do you say, marchandise? Goods. You are like
merchandise.
Merchandise, exactly. Tu es de la marchandise. Deux clubs font un deal. Tu te retrouves au milieu. Ils échangent de l'argent entre eux pour avoir ta propriété. Exactly. First. Like a slave. Let's go deeper. Like we know, everywhere you have money, power, men become crazy. On sait partout où tu as de l'argent et du pouvoir, l'homme devient fou. There are two countries, they are known because I was working as a football agent. So I know the world. Je travaille comme agent sportif, je connais le monde. There are two countries who made something crazy, specifically one country called Italia. Et before 10 years, je dis that. Il y avait une règle très bizarre en Italie qui existait à l'époque, il y a à peu près une dizaine d'années. What was the deal? The players was not the belongings of teams. It was the belongings of agency. Le joueur n'était pas la propriété de club, la propriétaire d'agence. So what will happen? Sometime in your agency, to grow up, you bring in new partners. Donc, des fois, pour agrandir ton agence, tu amènes à l'intérieur de ton agence des nouveaux partenaires. So what they were doing, they were shared the member of the players. Ils partageaient les membres des joueurs. Why? For example, best example, famous example, people like football, it will be your 10 minutes. Enjoy it. Les gens qui aiment le football, vous allez aimer. Best example, it was a very, very strong and famous player called Carlos Tevez. Carlos Tevez is an Argentine player. Il est argentin. And was the property of one agency.
Yeah, I remember.
C'est propriété
Yeah.
d'une agence.
Yeah.
So now what happened? He was the belonging of two partners. One partner was basically holding that. Il y a un partenaire qui mettait la tête jusqu'au nombril. Another partner was from the belly button to the legs. It's not a joke. C'est sérieux ce que je vous dis. C'est pas une blague. So what will happen? Tevez say, I want to be a great player in Europe. Je vais être un grand joueur en Europe. They say, look, you dream of being great players, not our problem. We want cash. So you will go to a club called West Ham. They will pay us big money. We don't need your Manchester United.
Who's the other one? There's two players that
Yeah. It was Mascherano.
Mascherano. Yeah.
So he said, you go there because you belong to us. So he went there. And now what will happen? The two partners will fight. Les deux partenaires, who are the landlord of Tevez, they will fight. And one will try to make a deal with Man U.
Yeah.
And another will not try to Manchester. The players now is trapped. Because from ear to ear, you belong to one partners.
Yeah.
And from ear to ear, you belong to another partners. Javier, my friend, it exists still today. Ça existe jusqu'à maintenant. J'ai pris l'exemple du foot, où il y a des propriétés spécifiques sur le corps. C'est pas tout, il n'y a pas que le foot, il y a le monde des assurances aussi. I took the example of football. It's not only football. It exists everywhere. You know that some people, they just put in insurance their legs. Il y a des gens qui assurent leurs jambes. The legs of Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, they are under insurance. They have more value than the heart and the brain. That's what happened. So meaning that an insurance company, c'est compagnie d'assurance, possess the legs. Il possède les jambes. And it's not a joke. There's a contract and this man receives millions of dollars every year because of this insurance contract. So when we study that, you will see where we go. It's not a joke. It's very actual.
Also, you can see the football players, because someone owns them, they can't do whatever they like. They can't party. They can't take drugs. They can't live like a normal human being because they're owned by someone else.
Exactly. It's a ownership. C'est vraiment une propriété. They change merchandising. After we are very weak because we like the entertainment behind. Nous, on est très faible. On aime l'amusement qu'il y a derrière. But if we sit down a few minutes, si on s'assoit 10 secondes, we say, what's happened? It's a main trade. C'est un commerce d'hommes. And this is the most popular sport in the world. Not maybe the one we have the most more. I think the one we have more money also. Yeah. Even if the American sports, they are very strong, but World Cup,
more money.
Football, yeah. So you see, we are in. On est dedans. You understand what it 100%. On est totalement dedans. Donc, quand on parle d'un homme qui a été volé, when we talk about a man who have been kidnapped, don't think only about the fact that someone come and take with violence. No, sometimes you belong to someone. Like, let's say, give an example. Je vous donne un exemple. You find a new job. Tu as un nouveau travail. You sign a very long contract as, I don't know, as a cooker, as, I don't know. For sure, you are independent. You belong to yourself. But between 8 to 8, you belong to him.
Yeah.
Mais de 8h à 8h, tu lui appartiens. And he pays you for that. Il te paye pour ça. So we're going to see what's happened behind. I will go deeper.
Crazy.
So look, voilà ce qui se passe. I'll go back in the text. Here it is. Like you said, Umacho velo macha chatzif. So he sell him. Il a vendu, but did not sell the half of the man. So it makes sense. It can happen with contracts. Ça se passe avec des contrats. Et c'est ונמצא. And מציאה אלא בעדים. He said the only way to fix the situation, we have to have witnesses. So first advice to all the people who sign contract with company, all the people who have agent and you want to become sport athletes, professional athletes. Never sign a contract without witness. And they understood it because they told you, look, you are a player. I'm a team. You need to come with your advisors. It's forbidden to make a private deal, the team and the player straight. The laws oblige the player to have representative. Where they get it from? From here. D'où ils ont eu ça? La règle qu'on trouve dans les règles de contrat, que c'est interdit qu'un club puisse signer un contrat directement avec un joueur sans qu'il y ait de représentation, ça vient d'ici. At least the minimum is to come with one who is really expert in the contract laws. Un qui est expert dans les lois de contrat. Now we have another problem. On a un autre problème. What's happened? Always the same problem happen in, let's talk about football. C'est le même problème qui se passe quand on parle de football. Many times the players want to give that role to the parents or the uncle. Plein de fois le joueur a donné ce rôle-là à ses parents, à ses oncles. It's a mistake. Why? Because halakha, according to the Torah, your family can never be a witness for you. Ta famille ne peut jamais être un témoin pour toi. That's why you see the last 10 years in the football world, soccer world, you will see that sometimes it was permitted that your family be advised. Sometimes for forbidden. They never know how to play with that. But based on what we see here, if you are in that kind of deal, you give your time from that hour to a company. Tu donnes ta vie, ton temps à une compagnie. Or you are athletes, or you have to have at least two witnesses.
Look at Neymar, all the problems he has because of his family.
Yeah.
Look at Messi. All the tax
The list is
evasion.
like this.
Ronaldo.
All
the problem
every time.
Because of the family.
Every time. So look, il dit, only the witness can testify what was really deal, done or not. Seulement les termes peuvent justifier. Après, il dit, בידו, אין בידו בכל מקום אלא רשותו, ואף על פי שאין ראייה לדבר זכר, לדבר שנאמר, ויקר את כל ארצו מידו, ואומר, ויקר העבד 10 גמלים וגומר. מות יומת בחנק. So look, from the moment when we have problems about the ownership, on a des problèmes par rapport à la propriété, the way you deal with that, the way you solve the things, even some accusation can bring up, no matter, everything which is concerning that situation of kidnapping, if something is found wrong and you are found guilty, the condemnation will be chenek, you will be hanged, according if the temple was built. Why hanged? Pourquoi pendu? Pourquoi c'est quand il y a des problèmes sur qui a vraiment acquis, qui a vraiment vendu, qui a vraiment pris, qui est coupable de quoi, la punition concernant les contestations sur la vente, c'est, si tu es trouvé coupable, c'est pendaison. Why? What is Redek? Rabbi Shai start to check what is Redek.
Noyade, c'est pas la même chose que.
Si, c'est considéré comme Redek. Shalom, Rabbi Victor Israël. Welcome back.
Shalom, shalom, Arab.
Shalom, shalom. So let's see. Il dit comme ça, il said, Motumat, O en ela achat mikol mitot me האמורות בתורה, מיתה שאין בה רושם. או נאש, שמענו הוא, אזהרה לו, שמענו תלמוד למער, לא תגנוב. I will explain all this in 5 minutes. We finish to take information. Après, il dit, Agonev Nefesh Israel. So there's two different categories. Oh, you steal, you kidnap a soul which is not Israel. Kidnap a soul which is Israel. Shomer Torah mitzvot, fearing Hashem. Okay. הגונב נפש מישראל אינו חייב עד שיכניסו לרשות, רבי יהודה אומר, עד שיכניסו לרשותו וישתמש בו, שנאמר ותעבר בו ומחו ותנא קמא. באי עם אוד, אמר רבי אחא בריאה דרבה, עם אוד פחות משוע פירוטאה יחאה בניהו. באי רבי יחמיה גנבו ומחו ישן מהו. באי רב אשי מחר שפחה לעוברה מהו טיפוק לה. דלכה עם אוד כלל לא צריכה ישן. דזגאה עליה. שפחה דהוקמה באי זיקאה דרר עימוד בחר, או אין דרר עימוד בחר. All this it's in Sanhedrin. I will not read it because I want to stay on the first part. What he say basically, he say, look, when you basically kidnap someone who is considered by his Ruchaniyut to be called Israel. Si tu kidnappes quelqu'un qui dans sa Ruchaniyut s'appelle Israël, you are not condemned every time he don't start to work for you as a slave. Il n'est pas condamné tout le temps, il n'a pas commencé à travailler pour toi en tant qu'esclave. So now, what is all that? Why? One of the first civil laws we received, he said like this, don't sell your brother. Ne vends pas ton frère. Don't kidnap his soul. Ne kidnappe pas son âme. Et surtout, une fois que tu l'as kidnappé, il y a différentes situations qui vont définir ton niveau, ton degré de responsabilité. And once you kidnap him, there's different level that will define your responsibilities. What is behind? You need to take Sefer Alikoutim. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a derrière tout ça? On va prendre Sefer Alikoutim. Daf Kuf Yud. We're going to talk about the kidnapping and the soldat of Yosef. On va parler du kidnapping et de la vente de Yosef. It's all about that. We're going to try to understand what's happening now. J'essaie de comprendre ce qui se passe maintenant. Voilà la photo. Second. Anyways, let's try to see what's happened with Joseph and how we can apply it for us this week. So il dit comme ça. See with me what Arakadosh will say about that specific moment when Yosef will be kidnapped by his own brother and will be sold. Regardez ce que l'Arakadosh dit, ce qui s'est passé au moment de la vente de Yosef. So the purpose of the beginning, it wasn't to kidnap and to make money, profit. It was to kill him. Le but au début, c'était pas de le kidnapper, c'était de le tuer. Meaning that the mindset of profit comes after. There's hatred at the beginning. Why do you have hatred? Pourquoi il y avait une haine au début? Look. Da, ki chajvu achi Yosef, the brother of Yosef, they thought. Ses frères ont pensé, chez Shiraim la Shiraim, not Shirim la Shirim. It's a,
Remember.
yeah. It's like he's a part of something called Shiraim. We're going to explain it. Il appartient à quelque chose qu'on appelle Shiraim. C'est quoi ces Shiraim-là, qui sont en fait des bouts de membres, comme des muscles? Il dit, what is that Shiraim? Klipa, ma shenifreda, me Avram, ve Yitzhak, peut-être mehem Ishmael, ve Esav, vadain lo nitaru. So this is how things start. Remember we say, Mishpatim is the peace in society. On a vu Mishpatim, c'est la paix dans la société. What is the beginning of the end of the peace? C'est quoi le début de la fin de la paix? When you start to consider someone like curse. Quand tu commences à considérer quelqu'un comme maudit. Or someone like is not like us. Is not at our level. Il n'est pas comme nous. Il n'est pas dans notre niveau. Why? Their own brother. They thought that among all the brotherhood, Yosef was the one who looked like Esav and Ishmael. Ils pensaient que Yosef c'était celui qui était comme Esav et Ishmael. Meaning, he was the impurity of their father. Il était l'impureté de leur père. Why? Because Abraham had the first kid with the maid. And the sage will say, all the impurity he had inside of him, he brought it out by having Ishmael. Same thing for Yitzhak. So what fought the brothers? It is Yosef is that case. Yosef dans ce cas. Why it's like this? Because look, his mom is not our mom. Sa mère n'est pas notre mère. He's the only one because at that moment, Binyamin, let's say, is born, but the mom died. Okay, let's say Binyamin is the baby. So if I don't know, look, every time we see it in the life of our grandfather and grandfather, the kids of the other mom is the one who represents the impurity. L'enfant de notre mère, ceux qui remontent l'impureté. So Yosef is not like us.
Why did they think he was impure?
Huh?
Why did they think he was impure?
Because they don't have the same mom. He's the only one at that time. All the others, they are the maids.
Yep.
But the maids, it was known that they were not at the level. So for them, the real wives is or Rachel or Leah. So say, look, we are all of us from the same mom. But him is not exactly like Yaakov, like Avram and Agar and Sarah. Because from Yaakov, from Avram, the impurity went out. It was called Ishmael. From Yitzhak, the impurity went out. But because Yitzhak married only one wife, that's why she had twins. And one was bad. It was Esav, our uncle. So Kalvachome for us, we have a black sheep in the family, the one who possesses the other mothers. We are the same. So for sure the bad is not us, it's the one who is one. He's there. Donc il dit c'est comme ça. Le mauvais c'est forcément lui parce qu'il n'a pas la même mère. C'est lui le mouton noir, comme ça s'est passé avec notre grand-père et l'arrière-grand-père. C'est this is what they are fault. And they think that Yaakov, their father, need also to be to become more pure. So Yaakov, you need to have a kid, which is the black sheep. Tu dois avoir un enfant mouton noir. Umagam bechashvam Yosef pagam beyesod. Not only that, they say, look, this guy, for sure, is not so pure in his mind regarding the behavior in terms of sexuality. Allez, il faut voir ce gars, c'est sûr, il n'est pas bon, même dans son rapport à la sexualité. Il n'est pas pur comme nous, he's not pure like us. This is our start, slavery. C'est comme ça que l'esclavage commence. You make the other different and with less value compared to you. Tu rends l'autre différent avec une valeur moindre par rapport à ce que toi tu t'estimes valoir. Ve'atu letinor smali chas de shalom bema she'evi'i bebatam ra'a im afar ashalom. You see? He said, this was their mindset, and it was the plan, and they flipped the piece. Ils ont retourné la paix. So, first of all, my first advice for us, all of us today, you want to make peace with someone, tu veux faire la paix à quelqu'un, it will be impossible if you don't consider him as important, as beautiful, as clever as you are. Tu ne peux pas réussir à construire la paix si tu ne mets pas la personne au même niveau de beauté, d'intelligence, d'appréciation à laquelle tu te mets toi-même. Yesod lashon, ve'adibru pagambo. So what is that yesod that they are accusing Yosef? Yesod not only connected to the organs of reproductions, it's also the tongue. And they said, oh look, this one also is already talking about us. Ah, celui-là aussi, tu vois, il parle mal de nous. He said, we're doing that. Look, the way he go to snitch to the father. Ah, comme il va parler à notre père. ועוד, מפרשים הרבה, יש שאומרים, הולכים עבר מן החי, ותולעים עיניהם מבנות הארץ. כל זה תלוי ביסוד. וכן, זלזלו בבני השפחות, הפך Shalom. One more time. Look, not only that, we have the same kind of behavior about the kids of the maids. Zilpa and Bila. Ils ont la même logique avec Zilpa et Bila, but it's different that their mother wasn't considered like wives. Mistress. Ils avaient la même attitude avec les enfants des servantes, mais comme elles n'avaient pas statut de femme, ils ont été moins rigoureux. So what's happened? One more time, even with the kids of the maid, Afar, Shalom. The shalom was split. The peace was split. La paix était changée. Vekaru, Eved, Sheu ben Chorin, Afar, Avdut. He said the one who was the representative of freedom, Yosef, became the slave. Celui qui représentait la paix est devenu l'esclave. ויסוד נקרא כל, כולל כל המידות, וחשבו שהם ישלמו חסכונו ביניהם. But therefore, say, look, this slave that we're going to sell, it's not a big miss. It's not at our level. We're going to fulfill what will be left after him. We are enough. On va le remplacer. Une fois qu'il sera parti, on aura réussi. He said, but you forget something. This is what you think. This is not what you will be able. Okay, I think they arrived. it will not be ever what you will be able to do.
Oh, okay.
So now what's happened basically? This is the history of the world.
Yeah.
C'est l'histoire du monde. Always some people have been defined comme like being less than the other. Toujours des peuples ont été considérés en étant moins que les autres. Not only black people, says for us, we are the main example. But you can go now in many countries. You can go in China with the Uyghur. You can go in India with some tribes which are very dark skinned. You can go in Australia with Aborigines. You can go in Africa with what I forget my word. Non, avec les albinos. Albinos, vous savez? On va laisser ça en famille. The albino. The same thing. And you go in Africa and say, no, look, this albino. He's not like us. He's the product of witchcraft. So let's kill him. Let's burn him. Same thing. Every time you think like this towards someone, you have to know that the potential victim, it's him, the foundation of peace. À chaque fois que tu agis comme ça avec une communauté, tu dois savoir que l'autre que tu considères comme étant inutile, c'est lui en fait le fondement de la paix. And if you touch him, you will flip the peace. Si tu le touches, tu vas retourner la paix. So, qu'elle va remettre for us black people? Qu'elle va remettre pour nous, le peuple noir? Qu'elle va remettre pour the albinos in Africa? Touch them, you will flip the things. Touche-les, tu vas retourner la paix. Donc il dit, וחשבו שהם ישלימו חסרונות בינו, ואז יתהלכו אותו, חשבו להיות בעלי האחווה שלו, בעוד שהם 10 להשלמות אור ישר, ובנימין המשלים אור החוזר. וטעותם היה, כי דע אף על פי שכולל כל המידות הוא גם כן מידה בפני עצמה, בעוד שזה טעות שמפורסם, כי השבטים אינם דוגמת י' ספירות, אלא י' גבולות, מה שיש במלכות סוד 12 בקר. Donc il disait like this, il dit comme ça. Il dit, what was their mistake? C'était quoi leur erreur? They think, look, we know our father taught us about the 10 sphirot. Notre père nous a parlé à propos des 10 sphirot. We are the 10 sphirot. Don't need him. The spirituality will not be touched. La spiritualité ne sera pas touchée. We are complete. And Binyamin, his brother, will be the Choser. We have the map. You say, who told you that when it comes about the tribes, you are related to the 10 sphirot? You say, no. The tribes are related to the 12 borders. You are making the wrong calculation. Because you try to find yourself reason to do something bad to your brother. You will even think that spirituality is giving to you the right to do that. Once you are in that mindset. Tu es tellement dans ton esprit mal tourné que tu penses même que le spirituel te confirme qu'il faut le faire. Mais non, on est 10 tribus, on a besoin de 10 tribus, on est 10 sphirotes. Mais non, tout ce qui est lié aux tribus n'est pas par rapport aux sphirotes, c'est par rapport aux frontières spirituelles. Et on a 12. That's why you have to give 12 cows in the Malchut and move forward. So let me explain something after I conclude. Expliquer quelque chose ici, après je conclue about what comes next. Il dit comme ça. Il dit, sache que la vente de l'esclave, you have to know that selling the slave, all these things called racial superiority. Toutes ces choses qu'on appelle supériorité raciale. What are you doing basically? You are putting yourself in a situation of being called guilty because it said it's forbidden to kidnap your brother and to transform him as a slave. C'est écrit, c'est interdit de kidnapper ton frère, de le transformer en tant qu'esclave. It's forbidden to take his belongings and to say it's yours. And say why? Don't forget, every time you do that, God possessed two witnesses. Il a deux témoins. Who are the two witnesses? Matat and Eliyahu. C'est eux. Croyez pas que c'est des witnesses physiques. All the two witnesses, Matat and Eliyahu. So nobody should be happy about what history made to Africa, about what history made to Black Americans, about what history made to Aboriginal, about what history made to the people of Asia, to the people of South America. You should be not only ashamed but afraid. Why? Because the punition coming behind, it's chenek. You will be hanged. What is chenika? It's you cannot breathe. C'est quoi chenek? C'est tu peux pas respirer. And if you see what's happened now in the society, Western society, they all have the same words when it comes about talking about immigrations. Ils ont tous le même langage quand il s'agit de parler de l'immigration. C'est we cannot breathe. They are too much. It's a big substitution. They feel that they are why? It's the price. C'est le prix. Exactement. On le sait, toutes les maladies pulmonaires.
It's also in terms of the system. Also, remember last year we learned about the difference between Bina and Tabona,
Mm-hmm.
and how you got when a person goes to a system can't tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
A system can't own you. You have to do it through your own will. So most of the systems here, when you go to a system, that own you.
Exactly.
Work, yeshiva.
Exactly.
That's why it's not working.
That he said. This is the thing. We have to be careful about the language called property. On doit se méfier du langage qui s'appelle propriété. Hashem wants us to be free. That's why he made Passover, Pesach. C'est ça qu'il a fait Pesach, Passover. C'est the beginning of the year. C'est ça. C'est Dieu, Hashem ne veut pas que tu fasses cet esclavagisme-là, ni aux Juifs, ni aux non-Juifs. He don't want you to do that. He forbid you to do that. Neither to the Jews, nor to the non-Jew. Because the two laws are standing about human beings. Ne cherchez pas à dominer ce qui n'est pas à vous ou d'autres humains. Don't try to dominate what is not yours and other human race, human ethnic. I don't know what you're going to call it. Consider like your equal and let them be the owner of their life, the owner of their land, the owner of their culture. If you fight one of these 3 points, you are facing hanging. Tu transgresses l'un de ces 3 choses, tu te fais face quoi? À la situation d'être pendu. So now look what will happen if a whole civilization target will be to enslave some people or to dominate them. Look what will happen in the history. Regardez ce qui va se passer si quelqu'un prend cette dimension et il décide de s'attaquer à toute une civilisation, tout un peuple, tout un tribu, tout un clan. It will be the final word. He say, look, Inyan Asara Aroge Malchut. He say, you know, the 10 sages which have been killed, murdered. It's known. It's because of the story of Joseph, of that soul. C'est à cause de cette histoire de vente. Kenoda Shayu Asara Shvatim. C'est like this. You are feeling that you being 10, you are fulfilling all the spirituality. Yes, like the 10 spirits. Vous pensez que le T10, vous avez toute la spiritualité? Ok. I will take 10 among your descendants. They will be murdered. Je vais prendre 10 de vos descendants qui vont être assassinés. C'est Tsarir, Leda, Bemin Galgelou. We have to know where they went. The 10 tribes who kidnapped Joseph and sold him and were that close to kill him, they were 10, and also 10 of their kids of the reincarnation will be used as payback. C'est d'autre côté, c'est connecté aussi. Il dit Veignan, Marche Kadouv Mori, ou what said Akadosh, il dit comme ça. Il dit Kodem Natril be Reuven. So who had to pay for Reuven? Qui devait payer pour Reuven? You see, to enslave a people, Hashem, God will make you pay. Don't think that there is no justice in this world or in the sky. Ne pensez pas qu'il n'y a pas de justice dans ce monde. Dieu te fera payer si tu as esclavagisé des gens ou si tu les as mis sous une domination qui n'était pas la leur. You remove from them their freedom, you will pay. Hashem know the count. He's the accountant. Dieu connaît les comptes. Et c'est l'instant où Reuven, the first, chez Omer, Ishlichu Oto, the only one who said, no, don't kill him. Planning to save his brother, qui préparait de le sauver, déroulé. Velo iskim be'arigato, and refused to kill him. In Kolze, even though, Nenash, he was finished. Vouba, le Rabbi Eliezer Agadol. Et Rabbi Eliezer Agadol, Shenitpas, les minot, who were basically catch. Let's keep it. Rabbi Eliezer Agadol. He will not be killed. Il va pas être assassiné parce qu'il ne voulait pas tuer. Donc on lui trouve ce mérite-là. Bet nitpas les minutes. Mais il a été pris avec des histoires de mine. Mine, c'est tout ce qui est dit au Yesod. Après, il dit Velo nerag ke acherim, it wasn't killed like the others. Keshem itbarar madad lo mida keneged mida. Because Hashem, il a fait pour lui, et pour nous, il a vu qu'il tried to protect, so you will be protected. Shama ishlechu, benoda, ki anachash usod a minute. The nachash is the secret of the minute. Reuven garam leorer tzad oto anachash shel a minute. Because of that, Reuven awaked the old snake. ולכן נתפס למינות, he was caught in that situation. ובזה נבין מה שאמור הז"ל, יחי ראובן ולא ימות. That's why the sage said, the blessing of Reuven from Yaakov. Reuven, no, it's Moshe, from Moshe. Reuven, you will live, you will not die, tu mourras pas. מיתת תניאנה, the last death, כי בכל מקום שנאמר בתורה, Mot Yumaat ou Ba'olam Hazeh ou Ba'olam Haba. So when you see the expression of the Torah, Mot Yumaat, like we have in the Midrash we read before, you know that you will pay here and you will pay there. Tu payeras dans ce monde-ci, dans le monde à venir. Donc Moshe said, no, you will not die. Don't worry. Ki mot I mitat המוחת, וצריך לבואו בגלגול למות פעם שנייה מיתת משונה. וכפרת אותו הגלגול, ועל אותו מתאה נאמר יומת לעולם הבא. רוצה לומר לעולם שצריך לבוא בו פעם אחרת. אבל בראובן, שהייתה כוונתו לטובה, לא נתחייב מיתה כשאר השבטים. What does it mean? What is the example of Reuven? C'est quoi l'exemple de Reuven? It's the example of that voice, that people who try to awake their brothers about the wrong things they are doing against the other people. You always have people like that in all the people of the world. T'as toujours des gens comme ça qui essaient de conscientiser leurs frères, dire regardez, c'est pas bien ce qu'on fait. They try to bring consciousness to their brothers. It's not good what we are doing. Why we go to Africa to take their land? Why we enslave them? Why we had the history? Why we had that they were the original Egyptians? Why we do that? Don't do that. You have always people like this Why? Because they have the Reuven aspect. It was Reuven. And these people, all the word, all the energy they put really in the truth to help, it will never be forget. Ça sera jamais oublié by Hashem. לטובה ונתחייב מיתה כאשר ריבתים, ועם כל זה מצד אותו הדיבור שאמר ישליחו נתפס למיתה ולא הורגנו כשאר, וזהו יחי ראובן ולא ימות. גם תבין כי רבי אליעזר ברכו חבריו והוא היה נשיא ראובן. You have to know, he was the prince of the tribe of ראובן. רבי אליעזר הגדול. וגם ראובן ברכו אחיו בדין בחטא בלעה, עד שנצא בהם רוח הקודש וידעו שלא חטא. יהודה נתגלגל ברבן שמעון מגמליאל, רשב"ג, שהיה נשיא משבטו של יהודה also. יוסף הצדיק, he will come also. To pay, yes, because he spoke bad.
But his brothers.
Avant qu'il se fasse.
Kidnappé.
Ah, oui,
He
oui,
He spoke bad.
Complain about them.
וכם נתגלגל ברבי ישמעאל בן אלישע.
Donc il faisait partie des.
That's why, don't think that because you are a victim that you have all the right. Be careful about the way you express your rights. Don't use ways which will be reprehensible, can be used against you, even if you are the victim. Si tu es la victime, n'utilise jamais des moyens répréhensibles qui peuvent te faire transformer toi en coupable. בסוד והוא נאה וכולי. יש שכתוב כי הנה המלכים נודעו המה, ראובן תמהו וכולי, ודי בזה. וטעם שנקרא רבי אליעזר הגדול, כי כמו שהיה ראובן הבכור ולכן נקרא הגדול. נפתלי נגלגל ברבי חוצפית המתורגמן. The one you find before you go down to רבי נחוניה בן הקנה, in Tzfat. The last grave, le dernier tombeau que tu dois avant de descendre רבי נחוניה בן הקנה, רבי חוצפית. וסימנייך ונותן אמרי שפר, זבולון ורבי יהודה ben Baba. And he stopped. So what I want to say to you, ce que je vais vous dire, c'est comme ça. Civil laws, civil rights, les lois civiles, les droits civiques, it will never stand if your purpose is not to keep peace in society. Ça ne marchera jamais si votre but originel n'est jamais de garder la paix dans la société. Comment on garde la paix dans une société? C'est en mettant tout le monde sur la même échelle de valeur. How do you keep peace in society? Is by putting everyone on the same state value. Don't create differences because of ages, because of color, because of origin, because of size of beard, because of money, because of. Never try to evaluate someone according to the external aspect. Ne mettez jamais de valeur par rapport aux aspects extérieurs. The valuation of each one of us is the spirituality we have inside. We are all souls. La valorisation de ce que nous sommes, c'est les âmes que nous possédons. Why? Because that souls come from Hashem Yitbarach himself. Parce que ces âmes viennent de Dieu lui-même. And Mishpatim, this pasuk, this parasha de Mishpatim, it's really to awake us about how united we have to be and to forget the personal interest and to forget the craziness of life when it comes about trying to be dominant or to dominate the others and like this to have more powership. May Hashem help us to be the best representative of His Torah by being the real builder, the real freedom fighters. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen ve'Amen. תודה רבה. תודה רבה.
Rabat, Rabbanit Dr. Jeffers, thank you for all your commentaries. Yes, you're right. The ships is yes. תודה רבה רבה רבנית.
תודה
Complète
רבה,
de masse.
הרב פיניאס.
תודה רבה רבי קירי, תודה רבה. תודה רבה רבי חנן. Merci à vous deux. Rabbi Yishai, we start the road in Nancy. Baruch Adonai Olam, Amen.